Oh yeah, the Bulls
Ooh,
back in town from Jersey. Man,
ooh, got that 90.
that's what that card was lightweight. That 90. No, that's that bad
Nah,
90.
that's bad. That's some bad 90. The card was hot. Whatever. Thankfully the main event saved it.
Yeah, the main event was good. I mean, when we were talking about the card, it seemed like good matchups, right? Like decent matchups. Then when it actually happened, a lot of it was a lot of people just crotch sniffing,
Yeah.
bullshit. It is what it is, but I had a rough card, overall, not just for the show, but for myself. I had a
Yeah.
real losing
It's
week to do.
terrible.
Yeah, it was rough. And then for the card, I went did bad. But let's recap real quick. 302, Nestor didn't do too bad. He was like me a few weeks ago. 2-2 plus 0 units. Didn't win, didn't lose for the show. The ones you got were Islam by sub minus 125. That was a good look. That was looking kind of sketchy. It might have got a decision. He pulled
Yeah.
it off.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh shit, it actually hit because it was like what, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, 30 seconds left.
Bro, I had the under 4.5, and it went right over the 4.5, like by like 10 seconds.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
was
that was
like,
pretty crazy. And even Dustin said after he tapped, he actually did go out. Like he went to sleep.
yeah, I think he's like, next time you gotta let go when I tap. That's what he said. I think that's what he said. Like, bro, he ain't
Man,
gonna let
but
go till the ref comes through. Tells
yeah,
you to let
it
go.
was that one dude too, that little catted up guy. He be
Oh,
kind of
the dude from King of the
sketchy.
Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
Bobby with the tats.
he be kind of sketch sometimes, but man, it was a good ass fight though.
Yeah,
Regardless, Islam, he showed he got that championship grit, even though he was up the whole time. You could say, right?
yeah. Well, you never know about these judges, but yeah, like in my opinion, he was up dominating most of the fight. I mean, there was moments that he got caught and it was cut up, but overall,
Hey, but yeah, that didn't even affect him. Like he got like he that fool. He literally shows no emotion in anything. Like even like he was started bleeding. He started touching the cut and everything, but like that didn't affect him at all. Like he just kept moving forward. Like yeah, it's crazy
yeah.
how he got rocked by like his only loss in the UFC. He got knocked out. It's like who can like finish this fool? Because even Dustin was actually like landing pretty clean. Like Islam was actually doing better in the stand up. Like to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Islam, like we all know, is literally Khabib with more striking, right? Like a bigger Khabib. In my opinion, he's like bigger than Khabib, yeah, right? As far as muscle mass, I don't know, probably height too, but just yeah, his striking's been improving since the beginning from till now, and is still, obviously working on it. But he always got that wrestling base. But he just shows that he's the best right now. Obviously, Dana White didn't agree that some people put him as a pound for pound or thought he was pound for pound number one. Because John Jones is still around, but that's for another conversation. Which I mean, I agree with, but
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, look, I mean, Islam, he's won like 14 straight, but how many title fights has he done?
Yeah, and he
Like you
wants to
know,
go up while he's champion.
who would
With
he
the
defend the title to against?
Volkanovski.
Volk twice, and then was it he won? He beat it, like he got it from Charles Oliveira, right?
Did he
I think so.
with ease?
Well, he dropped him and then tapped him.
Yeah, that's Charles. They're like kill or be killed.
No,
Like type of
but
thing.
no, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I feel like Islam, he's still like he's still cooking up and building his legend. Like I don't know why
Yeah,
everybody
just
trying
getting
to
in his prime, right?
I don't know why everybody's trying to rush him for the pound for pound shit. Like I don't even think he was saying he wants to go fight already for 170. He's like, nah,
Yeah,
fight Saruki, and you know what I mean, and then go up there because like there isn't really nobody at 155. I mean, what's his name? Never gonna get a title shot. Gamrot, they don't fuck with him like that, so that's
yeah. He
unfortunate.
was helping Poirier with wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Gamrot's a boring fighter too. IMO, he's good, skilled, but like he's just like a boring Islam with more English. Like he
Nah,
speaks.
yeah, he's just not
So
exciting. He's just like more like technical, like just trying to
yeah,
not finish,
exactly.
but just he's just in there.
Like no one's gonna go to a pay per view with Gamrot right now as the headliner unless it's like a fight night only, like a Apex card. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
the type of shit he's headlining. But anyway, moving forward here, the parlay that you did hit was Kevin Holland, and Jalton Almeida plus 100 even money. So we got the two good ones there, and then the ones you missed were Paulo Costa at the big plus money, and then the other bigger parlay was Lima, who won, Hafez, who won, and then Morono blew it, bro. He blew for me on one of the things too on my bets, and it was, I mean, he could have had it, but he just started looking tired. like
He
early,
gassed the fuck out, man. I don't
which
know
is
what.
crazy. But yeah, so I mean, I should have known because him as the big favorite like that is always gross.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a rematch either.
Yeah, it was all. It was all. That was a bad call for me. He didn't look too good. And then for me, I went 1-3, so I'm at minus 1.5 units. The one I got right was the parlay. I gave the greasy one: Islam, Jalton Almeida, Dawson, and then Hafez at plus 150. And then the three dogs I got wrong: Zaleski loss, Philip Rowe. I mean, he had his chance, but then he fucked up in the third round. It was 1-1 going in the third.
When he got hit in the balls, that like fucked him up.
Mm-hmm.
He never
Yeah,
bounced back from getting hit in the nuts. It was a lot of like bad like low blows. I feel like, and still more eye pokes, and they had the new gloves, right?
Some eye pokes for sure. And then the last one I got wrong was freaking Jocelyn Edwards lost to Perez. I mean, Perez was the favorite.
Man, I thought she won that fight, bro.
It was close for
I
sure.
thought they were gonna give her like the stinky decision, like hey, because she landed more strikes, but I feel like that spinning back fist won it for
the
horny girl.
Exactly. So I mean, it was close. I mean, I don't hate that bet for me.
Yeah.
The only thing that fucked me up was I also took Edwards plus 3.5 points. So I thought she was good because all you need to do is win one round, and then if you lose 29-28, all three judges, you still win the bet, right? At plus 3.5.
Yeah,
that's how that works. One of the judges did a 30-27, and all the other ones did 29-28, which I thought it was 29-28, pretty clearly Perez, right? Or you could even argue,
judges were on smoking some shit last night. Like even how Paulo lost a split decision, I was like, "What split? Like, come on, bro."
Yeah, even Dana White went off on him on that judge, and Dana White usually doesn't like to just attack judges, right? Or like people in the staff.
He just
or
always
like that participate. But he said this is the worst ever. He needs to go back to the minor leagues to practice his judging because that's unexcusable. Which I agree, because now it doesn't really matter on the records, but like forever it's going to be a split decision when that's not the truth. The truth is Strickland dominated the fight. That was like the only good big straight bet I had that I won was Strickland that night. Yes, last night it was
Strickland by decision. Crazy how a boost got knocked out by that fool.
Yeah, and Paulo was getting rocked a couple times, even though he's very durable, and everyone says Strickland got pillow hands and pillow fists. So
just once he puts that pressure on you and you're gasping for air, all those hits gonna add up.
Yeah, once I saw Paulo Costa like start moving around a lot and bouncing and doing all that with his muscles, I was like, that's not good for you too muscly to do all that. Like now your muscles use a lot of oxygen, right? Especially the more muscular you are, it's going to be harder for you to keep a cardio pace when you're that swole. So yeah, I don't know. They're talking about him versus Holland potentially.
What the fuck? Why?
Because those are two guys that aren't going to go for the belts, but they're like crowd pleasers and crowd.
But it's like Holland's been fighting at 170. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, but Holland has gone to 185.
Yeah, but it's like, fuck it. Why do that now? Just let him stay at 170.
He should stay at 170, I think.
Yeah, not for sure.
Yeah, 185, the big boys, once he starts fucking around and starts getting hit, some of the 185s could knock him out for sure. But yeah, I mean, moving forward, we're going to bounce back. I mean, it could have been a bigger loss. I had a big loss tonight, but for the show, just a minor loss, so, and then you had no loss. So I think we're going to bounce back here. We got a little more difficult card here, but at least we're not doing the Apex card. It's a fight night in Louisville, the return to Louisville. They were just there not too long. How many weeks ago? Like 3-4 weeks ago or some shit like that? Maybe 4. Remember, it was the card where Joaquin Buckley was on.
No, that was St. Louis. Oh, no, you're talking about the one with Luke?
Yeah, was that Louisville?
I don't know. They were just Apex, right?
No, they were in Louisville. This is like they're advertising this as the return to Louisville.
I think they're doing also the same. They're gonna do like a WWE also, right?
Oh, that whole weekend, right?
I think so.
Oh, I'm tripping.
What's it called? The Yum Center or some shit like
that? KFC Yum Center or whatever.
Yeah, they're doing a WWE thing also.
Hey, let's go. So this is gonna be still with the crowd, but we're gonna start from the bottom. Let me share this with y'all and move forward here. And we're doing this kind of early this week, so we get ahead of the game here. So a lot of the lines, the totals just came out, but there's no props yet. Just FYI, so we ain't got the odds for that. But first up, we got a no-name Pooja Tamar against Ryan Amanda. Let's start with Ryan Amanda. She's not well known, but at least been around. She actually has 2 UFC fights, or one against Talita Alankar. She lost by split, and then now this will be her second fight. But she's from Invicta and Contender Series as well. She lost to Denise Gomes in Contender Series. If you guys, who is also on this card, by the way. But yeah, man. And then I'll move over to Pooja here. Pooja is an Indian fighter, very rare. Indian female fighter, very, very rare. I think she might be the first one that I know of. The Cyclone, 8-4. She her record's not sexy, but she's on a 4-fight win streak at 30 years old. So she's not super young, never submitted anybody, so she's more of a striker. But I mean, Matrix fighting, I'm not familiar, but where she did most of her losses was at the One Championships. And that's some great experience. And then her going back to the minor leagues, and then now, trying to go back to UFC, it might be a good sign, but I got one rule so far. No Indian fighters. No offense. And shout out to all my Indian homies. I got love for the Indian folks, but we're just talking purely MMA, UFC. Just like some of the Asian fighters are sketchy, but it's becoming more popular over time in Asia. India is just starting. They're not having a lot of big fighters, and the only ones we've seen have been well sketched because of the level of competition. Might not be the same in this case because she's fought in the One Championship, which is better than I forgot his name, but there's an Indian guy that was fighting in the debut and got knocked out, and he was supposed to be like hyped up Indian fighter, and he was no good. He had no heart, no grit. But Dos Santos here, minus 220 is the odds right now. Tomar's plus 185. I mean, I hate laying big juice on female fighters, like especially entry level ones, but I'm going Dos Santos parlay piece to open the night, just like we did last week with Lima. Yeah, we're going Amanda here. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Brazil also.
Just based on race. Number one, first and foremost, yeah. She's just gonna be much better. But this is a sketch fight.
For sure.
All right, next up we got here's a good one. Cody Stallman returning against Taylor Lapilus from France. Most of y'all know the Spartan here, 21-6. He's 34 already on a 1-fight losing streak. Never lost by KO, so really durable. But he's only lost the big names: Dejan Draj, Syed Nurmagomedov, and Marab. I mean, the people he's beaten aren't that great, so that's the big red flag for me. But you got him as a big underdog. He's plus 205, and Taylor Lapilus is minus 240.
He's the one who had to cancel his fight, right? A couple weeks ago or like a month ago.
Lapilus?
Or that was Gomes.
No.
That was
that was good. Will Gomez.
Yeah.
Black French dudes. But yeah, Taylor Lapilus, if you guys remember him, he's never been finished, by the way, so he's very durable. He lost to Farid Basharat by decision and put up a pretty good fight. Just the takedowns was more. And then before that, he beat Cowan Lauren, that redhead Irish dude that's just like throws hands. But that's it. Like that's all the guy does.
I feel like the man got more. He has more, you know what I'm saying, experience. But I don't know. Lapilus might be like the guy they're trying to pump up. But maybe you could go with I might go with the underdog here, Cody.
Yeah, if you just gave me a who wins, I like Lapilus. I think he's a better striker. He's going to be up and coming, better mover, quicker on his feet. But at minus 240, it's kind of gross. I don't think that's the right odds. I think the value and the edge, I think, might be on the Stamen side. He's been gone for a minute, but plus 200, plus 205, I mean, that's pretty damn tempting, bro. But yeah, Lapilus is not bad. I mean, losing to Basharat isn't a big deal, in my opinion. But neither is losing to Marab. And, well, Dan Silva is aggressive, but, but you got the Stallman, like, durability as well. So I think the over is a good look for these guys. The overs, is over 2.5 minus 350. Maybe you look for a minus 1.5 and put it in a parlay. But yeah, I think whoever wins going to be by decision. If you like Lapilus, maybe look at decision. If you like Stallman, the price is good, and maybe whatever that is sprinkle on that decision as well, because it'll probably be like plus 300 or something like that or more. Yeah. Next up, we got here Okay, we got chick fight. Denise Gomez, or Gomes, as they say in Brazil. 8-3, one fight losing. She's only 24 years old. Pure striker.
Super.
She did. Look at this. Angelina Hill, she just lost to by decision. And she's
Oh,
most well known
grappling.
for knocking out Yasmin Uruguay,
Mhm.
Uruguay, or however you say her name. We were there live when we saw that. That shit was crazy because she was a big underdog in that fight. Yasmin, yeah, like Denise Gomes was plus 300
Yeah, that
in
was
that
fucked
fight.
up.
Yeah, so she's durable, but the thing is, I don't think she's technically great. I think she just like throws bombs, and then she's always live to go, obviously catch someone, and that's it. But for me, I like Mora here, Mora Eduarda. She's they call her Ronda, Brazilian Ronda, undefeated, 11 wins. She's 30 already. She could strike, but she's mainly a grappler. So I mean, she is going to be a huge favorite, but I think you could put her in a parlay here or play her straight. She's at minus 185. I like that side. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm going with Eduardo also.
Eduardo. And the money's been kind of sprinkling in on her. She opened around minus 160 ish. Now she's about minus 185, like I said. So, I think minus 200 or better. That has to be the side. Next up, who we got? We got a better fight here. We got two Hispanics here. Daniel Marcos, the undefeated guy that everyone's actually been trying to fade. I think he dropped out of his last fight, but he's 15-0, 21. How do you have a 21 fight win streak and you 15-0? So that means in the minor leagues he's just been dominating. They didn't really count it, or the amateur fights as well. But yeah, man, he's never been submitted nor submitted anyone. Oh, his last fight was a no contest from the unintentional groin strike.
Oh
With,
yeah, the
Aori
Asian
Pillay.
dude.
Yeah, man.
He was
Here's the
beating
red
his
flag.
ass too, right?
Yeah, he looked good. And people were trying to fade Daniel Marcos because people saw that he did a split decision against Davey Grant, and they're like, "Oh, this is one of those like new guys that are overhyped, undefeated, never face adversity." But at the end of the day, these not necessarily Peruvian fighters, but Hispanic fighters in general, they got that dog in them. They're durable, down to always stay in the fight. Yeah, it's hard for me not to take Marcos here, other than the odds are pretty crazy too. Marcos is actually the slight underdog at minus 106. Castaneda is minus 115. And it looks like money's been coming in on Castaneda because Marcos was a minus 160. Here we go. The sexy Mexi. Let me hit y'all with the sexy Mexi here. 21-6. Sexy Mexi. He was on a 2-fight win streak. Solid all-around winner. Last time he came in at Kung Ho Kang and won by decision here. And then before that, beat Gafarov by decision. So he's been a decision guy. He's lost to Daniel Santos, which was the last loss he had in 2022. But he's beaten some decent guys. Miles Johns, Marcelo Rojo. He's only lost to like decent names. I mean, I guess it's not Daniel Santos. But that's the part that kind of sketches me out. But I think he's just solid grappler, decent boxer. That's my thing. But at these odds, man, it's real tempting. I haven't done it yet, but I like Daniel Marcos here. I'm gonna ride the wave. I think he could actually win at these odds, his pick'ems. Who do you like?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Peru too.
Peru. Uh-huh. That Ed Sheeran song.
The Ed Sheeran Afro beats.
Yeah, that's the type I like. It's like white reggae, but it's like white Afro beats.
Ginger Afro, British ginger Afro beats.
Yeah, that's a real niche. Next up, we got some horny fights here.
Hey, this is like a stinky fight too. Like, damn.
Yeah, I thought it would be earlier on the card. We got Andrea Lee, lightweight racist. So is her boyfriend or whatever, but 13-9. 4 losses, 35 years old, man. She's never been knocked out, only submitted once. I mean, so she's durable, that's for damn sure, but she's lost to pretty much everyone they put her up against. The only people she's beaten are garbage. Cynthia Calvillo, who's damn near, I think she's gone from the UFC now. And then Antonina Shevchenko, who's not as good as her sister. So, I mean, look at this. She lost to Lauren Murphy, Joanne Wood, Mata Fari.
This is a rematch.
This is a rematch. This is like we got no one else to put y'all against. And she beat Montana De La Rosa once. This chick, 3-fight losing streak.
This is a
pillow hands. She's married to Mark De La Rosa, I think is his name, who's also I think dropped from the UFC.
Who the fuck is that guy?
But yeah, like last fight, JJ Aldridge, she lost to. I mean, the other two, Tatiana Suarez, Macy Barber, I feel like that's acceptable.
Well, they both lost to Barber.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna just have to go with the white girl on this one.
Yeah, now let me tell you the odds to see if it plays a role for you.
Cowboy.
Damn, pick'ems. Who'd you say you like? You like Andrea Lee?
Yeah, what's her nickname? Isn't it like Cowboy or some shit?
It's racist. No, it's KGB. But she wears the cowboy hat.
She Russian.
But yeah, she's the slight favorite, -120. Montana De La Rosa +100. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to bet this fight, man. This is kind of gross. There's not been much money, so I can't even talk about line movement at this point. But I mean, when in doubt, bro, I think it's close enough where it's like I might take Montana De La Rosa by decision. I think if she wins by decision, just because of the pure value on a slight dog. But I think maybe the over might be a parlay piece here as well. But I really got nothing. I mean, Andrea Lee's a much better striker. That's the one thing she got going for her. She's a pretty decent, underrated grappler. So as far as like matchup wise, Andrea Lee is the superior fighter in a sense, right? As far as all around game, but
yeah,
and she's taller as well. But she's also getting older. Probably thinking about motherhood a little bit. You know, now she's been in a relationship. So I don't know. I think Montana De La Rosa needs a win, and that's why I'm going to go with her. More intangibles, but fight breakdown, she's not better. Andrea Lee's better. Here we go. Another boring fight for us. We got Brad Katona against Jesse Butler. Who the fuck is that guy?
I thought Katona got played in his last fight.
Oh, by the decision? Yeah, he did, but I benefited off of it. But yeah, it was close. 13-3, man. Technical fighter from Canada, or he's training in Ireland, but I believe he's Canadian-Irish. Yeah, man, he apparently doesn't knock anyone out, but doesn't get finished either, so very durable. He lost to Garrett Armfield. That's who it was, by decision. And then before that, he was back in the Ultimate Fighter as the vet. And the only good win I feel like he had in that time was Timur Valiev. Other than that, Carlos Vera. Shout out to Carlos Vera. That's the dude I saw at the wedding. At my boy's wedding in New Orleans. So shout out, that guy's real cool. But Vera is just a pure grappler, no striking at all. So not really good stuff here. Who is he fighting here? This is the guy I didn't know much about here. Jesse Butler looks kind of like Carlos Condit's little brother, but he's 12-5, 32 years old already. Also has never been subbed and doesn't really knock people out as much. Lost to Jim Miller by KO his last fight. And then before that was just beating people on Fury FC. So fool's like an old prospect, I guess we'd call him a prospect. But I mean,
going with Brad Katona.
Oh, before we did the show, which was yesterday, I looked at Brad Katona is -500. Now he's -550. That's the part that makes you feel because I easily pick Brad Katona here. He's just technically way better all around, more durable, but 550, man, yeah, greasy parlay. Maybe let's say, would you say by decision if you really trying to play it straight? Yeah. Let's see what the under/over is.
That's like the only way he wins.
Yeah, over 2.5 to -200 right now. So most likely he's going to go to decision. So yeah, that's my only look. You can't really play Katona 550 straight. You got to put it in a greasy parlay or look for some type of props. Yeah, moving forward, that fight's whatever. I mean, I've never been super hyped on a Brad Katona fight. Just saying. Okay, here we go. We got Charles, Great White Buffalo, Radke, Chuck Buffalo, I guess.
This is who dropped the F-bomb, right?
Yeah, big F-bomb originally, and then he had to apologize, I believe. When who else had? Oh yeah, Manel Cape, same card, said the same thing and didn't have to apologize at all because he's just not American. So it's like, oh, it's okay to say it if you're not American because that's different cultures.
But it's
for sure an American word. But 9-3, 6-fight win streak, bro. This was constantly underrated. But he's 33 years old, so he's trying to get his run now. He's only had 2 UFC fights. Beat Gilbert Urbina and Mike Mateta, which is a Blood Diamond, I believe. That's what his name is. So I mean, not great, but look at who he's going against this time. The Nightmare, Carlos Prates, 18-6, 8-fight win streak. People thought he was fake, but he came through after Contender Series and knocked out Trevin Giles. And he's from the Contender Series, like I said. So
he had to like deal with something too, right? Or was it an easy just? Oh, he like beat the shit out of him. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Going with Prates, he's already like for real because like he's kind of older, right? How old is he?
They're both kind of older, but Prates is 30 and Radke's 32 or 33.
Okay. But yeah, this is like Prates like only second fight in the UFC now. Before after the Contender, yeah, I'm going with him all day.
Yeah, me too. I like Prates. Yeah, I know the price is a little steep, but I think it's warranted at minus. He opened at minus 190. Now he's like minus 230. So it's getting kind of steep
though. But I feel like the other guy is going to be too technical and just maybe finish him. But Radke got that grit though.
Yeah, Radke doesn't get finished, so that he got going for him. I like Prates here. I just think the momentum's here for him. Minus 230. I don't know. I don't love the odds. Maybe throw it in a parlay with something. But I don't know if I lay minus 230. That's kind of past the range I would like for him. The over for this is 1.5 rounds. The over being minus 170. So if you like that, I mean, I think this goes over actually. I think the guys are durable enough to withstand each other for at least a round and a half. Might be tight, but yeah, I like the over as well. 1.5. You know what? Like, I don't know if this is a square thing or not, but I hate playing unders, man. I mean, people do it because like your fights end in knockouts, but most of the time it's like, bro, there's so many times fights that I watch, I'm not even involved betting wise as far as the rounds, and I'm like, they get so close to finishing them and then they don't, or you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's like at the end of the day, these two guys are trying to survive. You know, they're trying to be there for the long haul or knock someone out. So it's like it's hard to play unders for me. Next up here, we got the underrated low-key Thiago Moises. He's over here 18-7. He was actually been a prospect from American Top Team. I think his father and stuff was a big fighter as well, jiu-jitsu guy. So he's kind of been bred into this. We talked about. He kind of fell off, though, as far as like his last fight. He fought Mitch Ramirez. You remember? I think Mitch took it last minute, though. But it was like, dude, what kind of matchup is this? This is finally a good fight. Because look at all the guys that he's been fighting. Killers. St. Denis. Costa's all right. Not so great. But Alvarez. I like Alvarez. Islam Makhachev. You know, Bobby Green. Michael Johnson. Like, he's fighting some real guys, win or lose. His striking did get kind of exposed a little bit. I didn't love his striking as much. But as far as like punching, but his kicks were cool. And then obviously his grappling's pretty superior. Here, he's going to have to freaking grapple because Mr. Highlight, Ludovic Klein, bro, getting a run here. 21-4, pure striker, kickboxer type of dude. Knockout guy. He submitted people, but he's a striker. He beat Bahamondes, bro. That's a big win, too. What's up with these odds? He beat Devontae Smith, Mason Jones, whatever. Red flag a little bit. Nate Landwehr, he got caught up by submission. But I think that's where this could really go for Moises here. If Moises could get this to the ground, I just think there's no competition there because standing, Klein has the edge, I think. I mean, but it's not as far as the gap is not as big as the grappling gap. But I think Klein's much better striking-wise. Probably a little longer, but let me see the odds here real quick for y'all. Here we go. Klein is minus 130. Moises plus 110 as an underdog. That made me think a little bit, bro, because, man, so there's a little bit of money coming on Klein, but I'm a sucker for Thiago Moises, bro. I just think he's undervalued and underrated a lot for who he is. He's fought the top of the top. I know not the last fight, but I guess for the culture and for myself, I got to go with the dog price, slight dog prices, Moises here. But he could get knocked out easily because striking-wise, Klein is the shit, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably be going with Brazil also.
Yeah, hopefully he gets him by submission. If you guys like props, I would look at a submission. Under over, the over 2.5 is minus 175 right now. So, but we'll see how it flows because I might wait because if the money keeps coming in on Klein, you might be able to get Moises as a bigger underdog. And that's when it starts getting more interesting, like 130, 140. That'd be nice. Okay, here we go. We got the return of Carmel Thunder, Miguel Baeza. 10-3. He's on a 3-fight losing streak, but when he started in the UFC as like a real prospect striker, bro, like a stud. But look at this, and I know you think this is going to be a red flag right here. He lost and got knocked out by Fiallo, the boy that we got fraud checked recently. That's his last fight, and that was in 2022. So you're looking at 2.5-year layoff, damn near. So that part's sketch. Then before that, he lost to Chaos Williams and Ponzinibbio, which isn't too bad. So I mean, he's fought some okay competition, I would say. Soriano over here, 9-4. You know, he's a coconut bombs type of guy. You know,
sketch. He's sketched. So he blew his last fight. I had him.
Yeah,
what was it against?
Dustin Stolfus. Sketch.
Yeah,
losing to Dustin Stolfus is a sketch. And then he lost to Kopilov, who you know that's okay.
Yep.
And then he only beat Dalcha. See, so these are big red flags for me. It's kind of like his last desperation before he ends up going to either PFL or some shit. And same thing with Baeza. But here are the odds here. Baeza is minus 183. Soriano is plus 160. That part got me pumping the brakes though a little bit.
Yeah, I hate to have to do it, but I'm gonna have to go with Puna Lay just because of the inactivity for the other dude.
Exactly. The last time he kind of Baeza blew that his last couple fights when he's supposed to be a prospect. I like Baeza here. I've been riding his wave, even though he's lost the last few fights. That kind of disappointed me in my bets, but I just can't. I haven't fired it because the odds are kind of gross. Like minus 180, minus 200 for Baeza seems kind of sketchy. So I think the value's on Soriano, but I like Baeza to win as far as that goes. I don't know if they're going to win by knockout or not. I doubt it, but these are both going to be strikers, and the knockout's live for either guy. Soriano could just throws bombs. He throws like looping bombs. You know, he doesn't really like jab and stuff as much. So striking, Baeza is much better than striking, but Soriano's going to try to do a lot of clinching, a lot of to the cage type shit. You know, that type of stuff. That's his game, you know. Under 2.5 is minus 205, by the way. But that one's going to be a banger for once. It's not going to be some of these boring fights at the beginning, but you know, you never know about these cards. Here we go. We're getting to the main card. Well, that was the first fight of the main card. We got the return of Julian Marquez. Like, where are these guys coming back from? Against Zach Reese. Here we go. The Cuban Missile Crisis. 9-4, 2-fight losing streak. 34 years old. I mean, he's a finisher. He lost the last 2 fights to Hobocop and Marc-Andre Barriot, which is kind of sketchy. But I mean, those are decent fighters right there. He's beaten Patolo, who's no good, coconut bombs, and then Sam Alvey. So, I mean, he's never really beaten anyone super great, in my opinion, but he's always down to throw bombs.
He's always going on like layoffs too.
Yeah, and then he's known for singing a lot of Miley Cyrus. Like every time he wins, he be trying to shout out Miley Cyrus for whatever reason.
Yeah, he went viral the first time.
Yeah, interesting. But let's see what this guy is. He is Marquez minus 134 against Reese plus 114. So, you know, he is going to be the slight favorite. You know, for me, I like Marquez here. I think this price is good for Marquez.
Go to the other guy.
Oh yeah. So you see him as a big favorite, you know. Reese over here, Savage, 6-1, still new, 30 years old though. His fights don't go to decision. That's something that's interesting in this fight. But he lost to Cody Brundage in the first round.
Cody.
Which is very sketch. Yeah, I think this guy's probably a better grappler than Marquez as far as like BJJ and stuff. But I like Marquez. I think Marquez got decent, defensive takedowns for average wrestlers. And then he's just got bombs, man. So I like the under too. I mean, the under is 1.5 at minus 155. I don't like under 1.5, but I think somebody's going to finish each other here. And I like Marquez. Who you like?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Cuban B also.
You're going to have to put your hands up in the sky, butterfly fly away.
Party in
That's
the
gonna be what's
USA.
playing.
That's a
I think that's
slapper.
what he comes out to sometimes, right?
No, that's what
I think that's his.
what's the name came out to that in San Jose MVP.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was also, but he's always doing the showman shit.
They're
Okay, here we go. We got Hulk, Bruno Ferreira. Picked out
hey,
the Hulk poster.
they were playing that shit too at the 21 Savage
Um,
concert, like before he came out.
really?
Yeah.
I guess Miley Cyrus is huge with the British people.
Yeah, hey, nah, for real.
Just
Because
UK.
that was like one of the songs they were playing.
21. Yeah, so this guy, the Hulk here, just a stocky, swinging type of dude. He beat Phil Hawes, but I mean, that's whatever. Phil Hawes had no chin.
Hey,
And
he
then he
beat
lost,
RoboCop though.
yeah, by knockout, bro. So this guy's a knockout or nothing type of fighter. He lost to Rizuboev, who's actually
That's
really
not
raw.
yeah, that's not a bad loss.
Yeah, and then who's your favorite fighter here? Dustin Stolfus. Sketch, 15-5, 32 years old
Goldfish.
here. Yeah, he's not a really knockout artist. He's more of a
Yeah.
submission decision guy.
I'm
He
gonna
beat
have to
Soriano.
go with Ferreira.
Yeah, this is I was on Ferreira last fight. I don't like the odds here at minus 260 for Ferreira and Stolfus plus 220, but I mean, I'm throwing Ferreira in a parlay or something because, yeah, or if you like props, I mean, him by knockout wouldn't
Hey,
be bad at all.
Stolfus though, he beat Joe Pfeiffer. Beat Joe Pfeiffer.
I mean, yeah, he beat Joe Pfeiffer. I mean, he beat Dwight Grant. Some people think those guys are okay. Joe Pfeiffer, that's a big win on Contender Series too. But that was when
Yeah, I
Joe
mean,
Pfeiffer was like homeless, right?
yeah. Probably. Nah, this is if this guy could grapple, maybe he could take it, but I'm gonna just bank on Ferreira trying to take his head
Knock
off.
him out. Yeah, Stolfus got to wrestle. If he just stands and strike, that's gonna be no good. But yeah, Ferreira for me too. It's gonna be a good one. Here we go. We got the rescheduled.
Oh
We talked
man,
about this before. Raul Rosas Jr. Problema. El Nino Problema.
hopefully this fight
8-1.
fucking happens.
Yeah, never been finished. I don't think he's gonna get finished here by Tercios either. Yeah, I mean, what's more to say? He only lost to Christian Rodriguez, who, I mean, if you watch MMA, most of us are very high on for being a prospect. So,
Yeah, this guy got he's gonna try to grapple tough. I like Ricky Torcios. Yeah, I had Torcios last time they were gonna fight. I'm gonna just go
as an underdog, yeah. Let me tell you the odds here because it's going to be similar to the last time. They didn't really adjust it as much. Raul Rosas minus 245, Tercios plus 210. It's pretty much similar to what it was last time, which is interesting because when these fights get canceled, the books have an advantage because they have the data. Like they know how people are betting because they saw it the first time, so they could readjust it if they feel like they fucked up on the line. So they kind of kept it the same, man. So that means, to me, I like Rosas here. I don't love Rosas at minus 250, but I'm going to pick him to win. I think he's going to be able to win, but I think Tercios can hold his own. And if you can get like over 1.5, I would look into it. Right now, the over 2.5 is at minus 155. I just think Tercios is solid too, and he's durable. And I think he's going to be able to withstand any type of grappling for the most part. And when it comes to the striking, obviously, I think he has an advantage in the striking over Rosas. So for anyone taking Tercios like yourself, I mean, I don't hate on that at all because at plus 210, that flyer, I think Tercios is live. I just think Rosas, going to win this one, probably by decision. Not sure.
Yeah.
But most likely I'm not going to bet this one.
Why not?
All right. Here we go. We got the co-main event, but a three-round fight. We got the return. Man, this card is the return of everybody. We got Dominic Reyes from the grave. The Devastator. 12-4, 4-fight losing streak. I was looking into this a lot, man. And the one thing I will say is there ain't nobody else that has ride a 4-fight losing streak as well as this man right here, or at least the first couple losses he had, because he's just riding the John Jones. Like everyone's like, oh, he did so well against John Jones. And from there on, they counted that as like he damn near beat John Jones, to some people in their mind. So they're like, oh, this guy must be the shit. And then he just went on a run of like disappointment. But I mean, granted, he's fought some great people except for Ryan Spann. But getting knocked out by Ryan Spann nowadays. I mean, that was 2 years ago, but still, like, it seems kind of sketchy. But on the same level, I think Dustin Jacoby, although I really like Dustin Jacoby here, I think he's just more of a mid-tier fighter, like a high mid-tier fighter, not a championship contender.
And he like a 185er?
Yeah, I think he moved up though because he's getting older. He's 36. He's 19-8. But his boxing's Chris. He lost to Alonzo Menningfield, and then he's lost to Roundtree and Mirzakhanov. Beat Kennedy, not impressively.
He's super durable though. That's the thing. It's like, man, the way Dominic Chin has been so sus. Is he the underdog? Is Reyes the underdog?
Yeah, Reyes is plus 170 right now. Jacoby's minus 200. Interesting, right?
Oh man, that Chin he's been getting put out every fight, and it's like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hard bet. That's a hard.
Yeah, I haven't fired yet, but I'll tell you, man. As much as I was like, Dominic Reyes, he's been riding this John Jones loss now, but he's been favored every time he's been fighting on his losses previously, right? After the John Jones thing. Now, everyone, like you were just saying, we all seen him get roughed up, pretty much finished every time, looking gross, not good. And I'm like, okay, now at plus 170, when's the last time we got Reyes at plus money like this? Probably against John Jones. So it's like, I haven't done it yet, but I like Reyes at plus 170, bro. At plus 150 or better, that's gonna be my side here. I like Reyes.
Yeah, and correction, Jacoby has been fighting at 205. I'm tripping.
Yeah, I like Jacoby the whole time too. Like he's a solid ass. Like as far if this goes like technical fighting, like striking, standing, kickboxing, Reyes ain't gonna beat Jacoby. Like obviously he's a favorite for a reason. Jacoby's takedown defense again. I just think Reyes got to mix it up, or he's gonna have to just start throwing power punches in there and be killed or be killed type of fight. Like
no, he's gonna have to grapple. He's gonna have to try to use his speed, but it's all about his chin if it could hold up. But
yep, and his break, right? He's been gone for a minute since he's got knocked out cold. A couple times, so it's kind of scary there. But I think if he can't win at this point, he might retire, right, and do something else.
Well, he should, for sure. But I guess we'll see where he's at. I'm gonna have to go with him too.
Yeah, it's the plus money that gets me.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Main event here. We got the Pride of Alaska, Jared Cannonier against Nasruddin Imamov. The Killer Gorilla, 17-6, damn near ageless. He's 40 years old. It's crazy, bro. Yeah, 2-fight win streak. I mean, he ain't got much time left, in my opinion, even though he looks great shape and everything.
Still winning, though.
Yeah, he beat Marvin Vittori, Sean Strickland by split, which is a big deal because I like Sean Strickland. He's only lost to Adesanya and Whitaker in the last, since 2018. Then before that, Dominic Reyes and Jan Blachowicz.
I was at that fight.
Which one?
Adesanya.
Oh, yeah. Where was that? Yeah, that's crazy, man. They got the performance of the night. Oh, no, that was a Brunson one.
That's when he came out with the Undertaker thing.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, Nasruddin Imamov's a prospect right now.
Up-and-comer, yeah, but this is for sure like a big test for him.
Step up. He's Russian-French, or French-Russian, however you want to say it. 13-4, 28 years old. I mean, he's getting in his prime right now. He's lanky, never been knocked out, so he's durable. And he got a little bit of submission game on him, but he's a striker, kickboxer type of guy. Beat Roman Dolidze. No contest against Chris Curtis and lost to Sean Strickland. I remember that one. And then here's a red flag, though. Lost to Phil Haas. So it's kind of like, what is Cannonier going to do? And he's probably going to stay striking with the guy, which I personally don't think is the best because I feel like Cannonier is good, but he doesn't do a lot of volume striking.
Cannonier's the favorite,
right? Let me pull this up for you. Cannonier. I don't think put this in order. Okay. Cannonier's the underdog. So it looks like Imamov's minus 125, Cannonier's plus 105. That's interesting. The odds are real close here. A lot closer than we expect.
I mean,
money spent on Imamov as well.
It's a close fight, like you said. Cannonier's 40 years old. Imamov is in his prime. But I don't know. I feel like Cannonier is still like the better fighter. But it's all about, isn't he? He's coming off like some kind of surgery, I think. Not
sure. If that's the case, that's good. That's news to me too. But yeah, I mean that's probably why he took a little bit because he's pretty active for the most part because he knows, he's 40. He ain't got
Yeah,
that
when's the
much
last time
fight
he
left.
fought? The Vittori fight?
Back in December, so it's been about 6 months. Oh no, that fight got
Okay.
canceled. My bad. Actually, not until the summer of last year. So that's been exactly a year. So he hasn't fought in 1 year. But he's beating good people. Experience wise, obviously, he's much better. Like you said, it's a step up for Imamov.
Yeah, but then like you said, he's 40, so it could be all of a sudden he shows up and he looks 40. It's like, oh, yep. So hopefully because he be on those crystals. Hopefully he got a youth rejuvenation crystal that
He's all about vibes and aura.
that powers him up. So I'm gonna have to go with the Killer Gorilla just because, man.
Yeah, I haven't bet the one. This one's tough, man. I've been going back and forth. I can see scenarios where either guy wins here. I mean, I guess that's why the odds are close. But and I see the value too on what's his name on the Killer Gorilla at plus money because you don't always get him plus money either unless he's going against someone huge, a big star. So I see the value there, but I got to go Imamov here. I just think it's going to end up most likely being the standing fight. And when you have a standing fight here, I do favor Imamov here, the Russian sniper. And I think just also whoever comes with more volume of striking is going to play the big difference because I think both of these guys, they try to go for a lot of kill shots and they're not like, light jabbers. They're not like Sean Strickland style,
Yeah.
So that's my only thing. So just to mix it up, I'll go Imamov, but I haven't fired it at all. But yeah, that's the card right there, fellas. I mean, we gotta come back this week and see what we got. To some best bets here. Well, what do you got for the people here?
I got the yawns.
The yams. Pause.
Hopefully that's how this card isn't gonna make people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got off the rip. We're gonna do a straight up bet. Let's do Ricky Torcios.
Ooh, big money. Torcios plus 210.
Hell yeah, and then another just straight up. We'll do I'm gonna just do 3 straight ups. I guess we're gonna do straight up Jared Cannonier.
Cannonier plus money. Plus 105.
And then fuck man, we're gonna ride with the Dominator.
Hey, Reyes plus 170.
And then I'm gonna do a little parlay to clench your booty cheeks. We're gonna do Daniel Marcos, Andrea Lee, Prates, and Katona.
Oh, that's a big one. It's gonna be a big one. All right, let's see here. I need a bounce back bad, man. I need to catch up. We're only halfway through the year though. There's so much MMA left, so much UFC left. Yeah, going straight here. Where was the one I wanted? Okay, I guess I gotta go with to mix it up and make it a little different. I'm gonna start Imamov here. I'm leaning towards him. I haven't fired it, but I probably will in the next day, by tonight. And I like Dominic Reyes as well. I'm gonna ride with you on that one. Reyes at plus 170. Can't pass that up. He might be washed, but we'll see. I also like man, there's a lot. There's actually a lot in this card that I actually kind of enjoy here. I like Marquez minus 135. It's one. I think that one's a good one. And then for the fourth one, do I give y'all Parlezy or do I give y'all some? Yeah, I'll give y'all a little Brazilian Parlezy here. I got Rayan dos Santos or Rayan Amanda, the first fight against the Indian chick. She's minus 220, parlayed with the Hulk Ferreira.
Hey.
And then I'm gonna do a third leg here with Eduarda Mora. 3 Brazilians right there for you.
That's some picanha.
Some picanha on it. Just so I could get some plus money too on that. Ooh. Any last words for the peeps?
I don't know, Mo. What fight you looking forward the most?
Obviously the main event. I think that one's going to be interesting. I think the potential fight of the night could also be Klein versus Thiago Moises. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I didn't want to touch that one. That was kind of.
That one's a maybe. I like Moises, but that's just because a little fandom on there plus money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be a banger, and I think the Marquez Reese is probably going to be a banger as well. kind of under the radar, names. But I think those are going to be the banger. And then Dominic Reyes. I mean, if he's involved, I think that fight. Either way, if he's involved, he's always can die.
Interested to see how if he can come back or if he's just done.
Yeah, weakest fight. I mean, probably the Andrea Lee one. Nah, but she gets in bloody fights.
Her fights are always like they're just like a scrap. Especially this is a rematch, so I feel like that's why I'm just going with the. She's gonna do it again, just the way Nico Price got it done.
Weak fight would be Pooja.
Oh, we'll see. She might be a beast. She might be like monkey man, but monkey woman.
Yeah, you're right. She does have the one experience.
You seen that movie?
I haven't seen it yet, but it's like Indian John Wick, right?
Indian John Wick, yo, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, I'm down. Indian John Wick. Shout out to Bollywood. But yeah, man, that's it for this week. We're going back to Louisville. Who's in Louisville? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Jack Harlow.
Hey,
shout out to Jack, weekly listener. But yeah, till then, stack some cakes, get some cakes, and smoke out
and eat you some Kentucky.